So let me get this right. You're planning on having a YouTube channel and you're not quite sure where to start. You're not sure how it's going to work for you, what the topics are going to be, and you're not sure if you're going to be able to get the numbers, if you're going to be able to get the views. Well, look, you're in the right place because I'm here to share with you my YouTube journey. And I call it my business diaries. And I am just sharing my experiences of building a YouTube business with the hope that it will help you to build yours. And also, I share with you my experiences outside of YouTube in the business world, so that may help you as well. My name is Anthony Charles, and this is Choices TV. And on this channel, I make videos about the books, the tools and the strategies to help you to be more, to do more, and to have more. And that's by strengthening your mindset, mastering your people skills, and boosting your productivity. So let's get into it. I need to get my notes here. I always feel a lot more relaxed when I'm making these videos because I've just finished making what's called my main videos, the videos that are teaching on a particular subject. I've just finished recording a video on motivation. And did you know that motivation can be a trap? I'm not going to share, I'm not going to tell you any more about that. You've got to watch the video, but I've just loved making that video just now. This video is slightly different because it's a lot more relaxed for me, and doesn't have so much of the heavy editing that the other one has. So let me just share with you where I am so far. I'm about 3 weeks behind this video where I'm recording at the moment. Normally I'm about a week and a half to 2 weeks behind, and I just tell you about what's just happened recently. I've dropped back further behind because I've filmed this video before, but it didn't work. I listened back to it when I started editing. The sound quality was atrocious and I couldn't figure out why. And I've just realized what happened. When I film my what's called the main subject videos, I have a table in front of me and it's a slightly different configuration. And then when I finished, I do this to make it a little bit more relaxed. Where my laptop's on my side here, no table in front of me, and I have to unplug my recording computer from the microphone. And guess what happened? Plug and play. But when I plugged the mic back in, it defaulted to the computer's microphone. So you can imagine how the sound sounded. And let me tell you something. If you're going to build a YouTube channel, let me just get this here. You can compromise on the light. You can compromise on the quality, but if your message is good and the sound is good, then you're going to get a chance to keep going. I need to get these lights back on. Didn't plan to do that, and it worked quite well. Okay, let me just talk about what's happened recently. You will see that the clip-on mic that I had on a couple of weeks ago, it's gone. Didn't work. It didn't sound so great. So it's me and Mike here for the foreseeable future until I get something else. That's how it goes with YouTube. You learn and you change and you grow with your channel. You try things. If it doesn't work, then you just keep on learning and keep on growing. Now, of late, over the past few weeks, my views have fallen a bit, and that's because a few weeks ago I missed some weeks, and also I put a video on and then just had a message in there that I wasn't happy with, wasn't comfortable with. I didn't explain something as well as I could have done, so I pulled it. And YouTube doesn't like that, man. Those videos, the next few weeks, I was in YouTube jail. I was being punished, and the algorithm was like, "What are you doing? You're not even consistent. Or are you pulling videos off for when I'm trying to figure out what you're doing?" So my views dropped down. But you know what was really good? And even though I always talk about don't stress about the numbers, don't stress about the views, there are different numbers that you can look at. And one of the numbers I looked at was my retention. When I started this channel, when you look at your retention, you can see how long people are watching your videos for. And YouTube is brutal. I'm not going to lie to you. It's the equivalent, when you look at the graph, it's the equivalent of talking in front of an audience and then people just get up and walk out, because you can start with 100%. And then within 10 seconds, it might drop to 60. And in another minute, it's dropped down to 40. I was running at about under 20% retention. or, you know, for the people who are viewing my video. And again, I don't want you to think it's a terrible thing. How do you watch YouTube? Do you always watch every video all the way through? I don't. Even on my, you know, my favorite YouTubers, I may only have 5 minutes to watch a 10-minute video, so I watch it for a little while, then I come back later on. I don't know how the algorithm works all of that out, but not everybody's going to watch it all the way through, so don't feel so bad. But I was on around 16-17%, and then for a while I was between 20 and 30, and I've moved up between 30 and 40%. And I don't know what is good. I need to check it out. Maybe I need to check out Think Media. They know everything about YouTubing, so I'll see if they've got any figures on that. But I've been working for a number of weeks to find a direction of the channel, and I made a video about 1 or 2 videos back where I felt that I had found it, but I still wasn't quite satisfied with what I had. And I finally think I've got exactly where I need to be. And the answer came up because I had a conversation with my YouTube coach, David, and we were talking about Chat GPT, and I've got a bone to pick with you. You've been listening to me and you have heard me say Chat GPT. You've heard me say it. Nothing in the comments, not even to say, listen, it's GPT. You just let me say it. Chat GPT, Chat GPT. And David told me, you keep on saying Chat GPT. I'm thinking, why didn't you tell me before? Do you know how many videos I made still about Chat GPT? It's GPT. So you should have told me yourself. Anyhow, I'm talking to him about Chat GPT, and I said, I interrogate it. And when I'm searching for stuff, especially on making up the videos, then I go to Chat GPT and I call it an interrogation. And David was laughing because he said, you put interrogation. And he said, I kind of build up a relationship, a friendship with it. I was like, now, dude, you're going too far now. And I said, it's a machine. But there was a method in what I thought was the madness, because by interrogating something, you act as if you know something that it doesn't. You are extracting information from it. You already have a certain amount of intelligence, and you just need that the person or the thing that you're interrogating to give you what you need. Whereby David approached it from a different aspect. He even named Chat GPT, calls it Merlin. So I call it Chat now. I began to ask it questions because I needed to know how to deal with it, because I wasn't getting the answers that I wanted. And then I asked it 2 questions that really made me understand how this thing works, because everybody talks about how Chat GPT goes over the internet and it gets all the information, and it does. But I asked it a question. I said, can you look at my channel? And I gave it the name of my channel, at Real Choices TV. And I said, can you tell me what is the best performing video on the channel and what subjects I should make? It said, no, it can't do it. It cannot watch videos. It cannot read my channel. I was like, oh, okay. So I went to, I think I tried DeepSeek. I haven't tried Gemini yet, but I tried DeepSeek. Can't read it either. So I was like, oh, I thought it could see everything. And then I thought, okay, let me ask it a question. I said, everything that you know about me, do you know it because you have gone onto the internet and found what little there is about me? Or is it because of what I've told you? And it said 95% of what I know of you is what you have told me. The other 5% of the things that I share with you comes from general knowledge, especially on YouTube related matters. So maybe if I was a famous person, the numbers would have been different. Maybe it would have been like 50% I've got from you, 50% I've got it off the internet, because if there are posts and there are articles about you, it will read all of that. But that helped me because I stopped interrogating Chat GPT and I started asking it questions, but also telling it where I was struggling and finding the direction for the channel. And I tell you what made me do this. There's a gentleman and his name is Ed Lawrence, and I've got to share a link to his channel because he is brilliant. If you think you can learn something from me, people like Ed Lawrence, what he has forgotten about YouTube I haven't learned yet. And I've been learning from him and so many others. I'm going to give a lot of shouts to the people who I am following and who I'm learning from, because I want you to do the same. If you can learn something from me and I can pass on what I know, but I can also pass on who I know, when I say not know personally, but who I'm following, that's going to help you. So remember that name, Ed Lawrence. I may put a link to his channel in the description box underneath. He asked a question in one of his videos and it got me. He said, what is one word that people will know you by? And I was stuck, because what I'd come up with before was a collection of words that I made fit together. And I thought, okay, what would be one word? And I talked to Chat about it and we came up with the one word. Now, I'm not going to tell you the word because I'm going to produce videos and I'm going to see on this journey if people know me for this word in time to come. But it was really exciting. And I'll tell you another thing I saw on Chat GPT, which was really, really interesting, was I found a memory. I didn't know that Chat GPT had a memory that it holds on my login space. This thing about memory came up and it was almost saying that the memory is full, and I've clicked on it and it's gone to a section and there's all this stuff listed in there showing me the memories that it holds of me, and you can delete it. And I'm thinking I could wipe this all clear, and I can go into this section. I didn't know it existed, but that really helped me for using ChatGPT in a way that's going to be really, really useful for me, and it opens up a lot of possibilities. So as I said, I've been coming across a lot of really useful YouTubers, and I'm going to start sharing them with you. I'm starting with Ed Lawrence. Check him out. He is absolutely amazing. I'm going to stop there because I like these videos to not go on and on and on. I like to share maybe 1 or 2 bits of experience with you, and hopefully it will help you in your YouTube journey. So if you take nothing else away from this, think about this. What's one word that people would know you for, that you want them to know you for from your YouTube channel? Because once I figured out what that one word was, it's really helped me to shape the videos that I'm producing. And I think up until this day, I haven't done too bad because I've got some decent views on some of my videos, but I still think that some of the things that I've produced have confused the algorithm a little bit. I'm not too fussed. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and I'm learning along the way. And as I go further, I can see the success building. As I said, there's numbers at the front, but there's numbers at the back that count as well. So all I'm going to say to you is I'm wishing you the very best of success on your YouTube journey, and I want you to keep on being amazing, because you are. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Feeling good? Want more results like this? Let's keep that momentum going with this video here. Also, click on my head here to subscribe.